Hey everyone! Today I wanted to talk to you about something that I was experiencing last week, and something I wanted to be a little bit more open with because I feel like I should be more open about it. Being open and honest about my depression is one of my coping mechanisms. I've learned a lot about how my mind and body reacts to things over the years, just paying attention to it. I am not in therapy, I am not medicated, I am technically undiagnosed because I've never been to a therapist long enough for them to diagnose me with depression, but I do suffer from depression. There was a time when I was in denial about my depression, but my depression kind of evolved from what it was then to what it is now, and the fact that I see it a lot more now than I ever did. I have these waves of low periods, as I like to call them, where I can see myself going down into a depression mode and I recognize it, and once I recognize it, I can take steps or not take steps to try to get out of my little rut. But that's basically what is happening with my depression. I sleep a lot or have insomnia at the same time. So basically I've been staying up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, sleeping till noon or beyond, depending if I'm working or having the day off, not wanting to do anything, and my brain goes into overdrive thinking about things. As I've mentioned on social media in one of my videos, I did have a little depression spell last week. You know, it was kind of triggered by the death of some celebrities, and that gets my brain working into thinking overdrive about the bleakness of my own existence. I was at work and I had explained to one of my coworkers the process of what I was going through my head. This is when I found out that Alan Rickman passed, and then just thinking about the whole entire internet was sad about his passing, especially like the Harry Potter fandom and how there are so many people mourning that death. But when I think about what would happen if I would die, only a few people would mourn that, and in the vastness of the Earth's population, that's nothing. And in the vastness of the universe, my tiny existence is minuscule and bleak. And she responded with, "Wow, that's depressing." And I went, no shit, this is what I have to deal with inside my brain. During these times, I often think I'd just be better off unconscious somewhere. And yes, you can put into that I have had suicidal thoughts. I've never acted upon it, and I don't think I ever will. I've made it an imperative to my wiring that I won't ever, but I do have the thoughts. I take steps in order to make sure that's never a possibility. I don't buy pills more than like 100, even though that'll do nothing. But I also don't drink alcohol anymore because I feel like if I allowed myself that crutch, I'd take it and I'd be drunk a lot more often. Because who wants to be in my brain right now? These are the things that are going through my head during these times. I'm not thinking about that right now. That's during my depression period. Like I said, it comes in waves. And that is my depression. That is my brain. Everyone's depression is different. Everyone experiences things different. And I wanted to share with you what exactly goes on when I am depressed, because it is so much to know that you're not alone and that there are other people dealing with this. There's been so many times when I think something is wrong with me, and yes, I'm dealing with a mental illness, but you know, I learned to recognize the signs. I talk about it. Like anytime I have any thoughts of being permanently unconscious, I'm going to say that for the purposes of this video, I tell someone, usually a coworker or someone I know. I will tell them I'm having these thoughts, and usually just saying that I have these thoughts gets me over it a bit. So making that video last Saturday and telling you guys I'm a bit depressed right now, it helped a lot. Like the next day I was like, okay, I'm good. These are the coping mechanisms that I go through Like I said, everyone is different, and I do thank everyone who supported me during this time and said, you know, if there's anything you need or want to talk about, and I do appreciate that a lot. It means a lot to know that there are so many people that are understanding and not a lot of people that are like, what's wrong with you? Get over it. Why don't you just be happy? Try smiling once in a while. Because, no, that doesn't work. Trust me, I've tried. This video was triggered a little bit by one of the comments I had was, oh, this video seems to be very negative, and negativity is a byproduct of my depression. I do admit that. I try not to be as negative as I am, but it happens, and you just have to realize that that's a byproduct of my depression. And I'm not always negative. I'm a realist and slightly optimistic at times, but I don't think myself negative all the time. I'm not a nihilist. I like being honest about these things and not just having it hide behind a wall of what is me. I like to share it. Trust me, there are other things about my personality and the workings of my brain that I think about, especially with reading books, because I question, why do I have a problem with this? Is this because I'm this way and I don't agree with it? Things like that. So I like learning more about myself and how I think about the world and the media that I consume and how I live my life. I don't know where else I'm gonna go with this video, so I'm just gonna end it here. And I am here in case you have any questions. You can always ask me questions about my depression in the comments below. I will answer them to the best of my abilities. Like I said, I'm still learning things about myself. Thank you so much for your love and support, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!